we have to talk about this because I think this is absolutely fucking insane. So, as I'm sure you guys are aware, Hasan and Techie have been going at it. Yeah, Hasan and Techie have been going at it. Hasan is crashing out, going off the deep end as usual. Been absolutely going in on Techie for, I don't want to say no reasons, because obviously Techie is taking pot shots. So when I say taking jabs, all he really has been doing is basically talking about how Hasan platforms terrorists, how he is friends with some not so nice people, how, you know, people like Frogan need to be held accountable. So that's basically all that Tectone has been doing. I don't know if you guys are aware, but over the past, 1 to 6 months, Techie has always been a very nice person towards Hasan. And I've even told him that personally, right? Me personally, I personally disliked Hasan day one. I've been a Hasan hater for fucking ever. And I've always told him, I said, Techie, it's like, I understand you're trying to be amicable towards him, but the fact that that you're still you're trying to play nice with him, and the fact that you're oh, he likes anime. The few times I met him, he's a very nice guy, and we talk about anime. Obviously, that kind of blew up in his face, which I understand why. You really want to play nice with the people in the space, but Hasan has always been the type of person this entire time. Nothing has changed. That take always pissed me off so much. Oh, same. And that was one of the, you watched the GTA trailer? Yeah. I like Hasan for anime reactions, and I started calling Luffy a terrorist. Yeah, true. Yeah, so that was Techie's opinion on him over the past, 1 to 6 months prior to this whole thing blowing up. And it's very interesting how the second that Techie starts trying to hold people accountable for, platforming terrorists and calling out people that are saying some not so nice things about veterans and things like that, that the second that he starts talking about it and calling the shit out, Hasan just starts going in and just starts saying some really, really just stupid, nasty shit. Here's the thing that's kind of crazy to me, right? So Techie starts making these tweets, and he's not attacking anyone, right? He's just talking about how people are pushing terrorist propaganda. Again, he's talking about people like Frogan, who are saying all veterans deserve PTSD. She hopes they don't get healthcare. He's talking about Hasan, where he had a literal terrorist. Again, this is not even up for debate. Hasan had a literal terrorist on his stream, called him the modern day Monkey D. Luffy, platformed him, joked with him, laughed with him. Basically, he tried to interview the guy, but it was very clear that it wasn't an interview and it was more of a hangout. Techie never went in. He never started hurling personal insults. He never, shit on them. He didn't really shit on these people. He just said they had questionable morals and ethics, right? And then immediately, Hasan starts streaming back. Oh no, what will anyone do if the bald pervert leaves the Twitch platform for good? Absolutely fucking crazy. So yeah, they've been going back and forth for a few days now. Hasan is very clearly fucking triggered and very clearly crazy about it. He's crashing out. It is absolutely fucking crazy. I need to be careful about scrolling through these replies. It's absolutely fucking crazy. Asmund keeps saying I'm offering material support to terrorism. Yeah, man, I'm an American taxpayer. What do you think the tax dollars are going? Offering material support.
I'm not gonna go and be like, okay, let's explain what it is. I'm watching the clip. I'm not going to explain this. I'm not gonna have somebody lie to me. I have no interest and
I want to hear Asmund out here.
Desire to have any conversation about it whatsoever. You are expressing material support for a terrorist organization. You do so on a daily basis, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much does. So I think when you platform, when you bring someone onto your stream and, platform them in front of 25, 30,000 people, when you call them the modern day Monkey D. Luffy, when you basically give some empathy for their cause, I think you are giving material support to these types of people. You're not giving a one-to-one material, support. You're not physically giving them something. So maybe material isn't the best verbiage for it. But when you are platforming, encouraging, and sympathizing with someone on your stream in front of that many people, you kind of technically are giving them some material support, right? Twitch loves these kind of behaviors. Oh, they do.
I mean, you have one family, you're born with them. What are you going to do? Let's just go ahead and talk about my entire childhood history, huh?
It's funny that anyone Hasan and his yes men disagree with, they are immediately accused of sex crimes. Oh, of course. Immediately. That's the thing they do. The issue is, and here's the thing, see, they don't have any retort or any argument for the type of shit that we are calling them out for, the terrorism propaganda, the shitty things towards soldiers and things like that. They literally can't defend it because they know in their heart of hearts that they are wrong and that they are in the wrong. That's why they start the ad hominem attacks. That's why they start going after your family. That's why they start, oh, well, look at his family, look at his father, look at all the things he did. They can't defend their argument. But they can't defend their stance. They can't defend the shit that came out of their mouth. So that's why they start attacking you personally. They start attacking your family. They start going after the things that your family did. They can't defend their position, so they go after everything but their position, which is absolutely fucking crazy to me. Fucking bonkers. Hasan is coming for Shinya. Let him. Let them. It's a defense mechanism. Just spew out lies and inflict fabricated crimes when they find themselves in a corner. Yep. Not sure who Hasan is, but what terrorism are we talking about? Hasan basically had a terrorist. He had a Houthi terrorist on his stream, on his Twitch stream. Again, Twitch stream. He was a Houthi terrorist who was a literal person who went out on the high seas and he would help hijack ships. He was part of the Houthis, which is I'm pretty sure Houthis is a known terrorism organization. Is that right? Or am I Houthis terrorists? Let's see. Houthi movement is a Islamist political and military organization. It's designated as a terrorist by some countries, including the United States. Yes. So it is literally classified as a terrorist organization. And from my understanding, I believe the guy that he had on stream I don't think he was like a leader. I don't think he was necessarily like a leader, but he was like a big player in the Houthis, from my understanding. And this happened more than a year ago, by the way.
Gen Z or something, framing of him as.
But yeah, the thing is told is fucking insane. What's Stucky talking about?
A beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right?
I didn't even see that.
Rapist himself occur like this needs to be a beloved figure and not a bald rapist himself, right?
What the fuck?
What was hilarious about this? What was hilarious about the situation is like, I didn't know anything about his dad. You know, literally, where is this reference? You posted, come in with receipts posted, bro. So where did this reference happen? Do you think this person will change their perspective about this guy? Hokai Impact third, got to be the best game. Australia, motherfucker.
We'll let it keep going.
Yeah,
this is absolutely
why would you invite
disgusting.
people looking for this information? It's so crazy. Okay, I investigated by myself, and there's a person with the same name, rank, and similar age to Tectone's dad.
Let's keep going.
He was indeed found guilty of 14 counts of sexual harassment. There's also the nickname explicitly referenced in the trial of Michael Robertson. It's pretty obviously his father-in-law. It's not a surprise considering the history of sexual abuse that runs in the family. Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of rape. He had to do it, you know?
What?
Hasan thinks that due to my father's criminal history, that now I'm also a rapist.
That's insane.
Which, in my opinion, guys, a little bit insane. A little bit insane.
Hey,
he couldn't stop.
It's an echo chamber in here, guys.
It's just like, it's a familial obligation over here.
How do you not get banned for that?
Obligation.
How do you not get banned for that?
Things coming from Twitch's top streamer.
How
I
do you
know.
not get
Is that
banned
not
for
just
that?
so great to blast in front of 40,000 people? Well, Hasan, I apologize that I've told the truth about you, but drawing that comparison is a little bit odd, don't you think? Now, let's talk about me and my father's history. So, when I was a young boy, I came from a very, very, very poor family. I did.
This Peter
My
reminds me
mother
of high
never
school.
really treated me well.
It 100%
And I
is.
lived with just her. My parents were divorced before I was born, and I was named after my father's best friend.
Without any evidence?
Because I was supposed to die at birth, John Robert Vines.
It's because Twitch very clearly has a soft spot for Hasan. That's all it is. He has a soft spot for Hasan. Dan Clancy personally wished Hasan a happy birthday during his birthday, so
I don't feel like talking about it.
Twitch Chef, what are you doing?
And due to that,
They have a
happening to me,
bias. That's it. They just have a
lawyers get
personal
involved.
bias.
The court gets involved. I now have a choice: either live with my mother and live with my father. Now, obviously, I was afraid of my mother at the time, so answering this question in front of a therapist and my mom and dad at the same time, saying, well, son, who do you want to live with, is honestly a little bit scary. Well, anyways, my father was always good to me when I was a kid. He would bring me Beanie Babies back whenever he would come back from his deployment. He would buy me like a game console or something. It was nice. He was like the fun dad, right? He would take me out to go get McDonald's and this place called Paisanos, which is a pizza joint, and it was a good time. When I moved in with my dad, it was a very like hands-off relationship with me and my dad. He
that's not what a
bought
horrible
me
human
and my
being.
brothers
It's insane.
a separate apartment to live, while him and my stepmom lived in a separate apartment. So it was me, a 4th grader, and my 2 brothers who were in 8th and 10th grade, living in an apartment while he lived in the other apartment. Me and my father never really interacted much. I played video games. He wanted me to do sports. He wanted me to do wrestling. But I didn't really want to do anything physical. So I just
Must be terrible having to
stayed at home.
revisit these
I played
memories.
video games, and I was
It's
just
a
considered
shame.
the failure of
It truly
of the family I was.
is that
I was
he's
shitty.
being he basically has to talk about this now.
Including my
He has to talk about his father's past. He has to talk about his family life and growing up. It sucks. Basically, Hasan is forcing his hand here, because if not, Hasan wins, right? So I think Techie has to go to like a really, like, it's unfortunate, but he has to go to like a really bad spot and relive this type stuff. That way, the internet doesn't run with this whole fucking mentality that Hasan has spewed out.
that, fast forward to like 10th or 11th grade. Sorry, my memory's a little bit foggy because I don't, this was 16, 17 years ago. Father becomes incredibly violent. And it was
He has to say it. It's
a
unfortunate.
very painful time in my life. I hear that
Can't
my
Tectone take
father
him to court?
has been accused.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
technically, yes. Like, it's so hard.
Obviously.
Defamation and libel are some of the most hardest things to prove in the court of law, right?
Nobody ever really wants to
It's so incredibly hard to prove that type
father
shit.
said happened was that he got sent a chain mail from his army buddies where there was a bunch of naked firefighters and it was a joke, and he would show
Especially when
them
Hasan
to
never
the
directly
people
said
who
anything.
was-
Oh no, called. He did.
and
He
told them that
did.
he got
That's the issue.
convicted,
Hassan straight up did. He called
arrested
Techie a
for
rapist.
assault because
I think a couple days ago or yesterday or something. He straight up called Techie a rapist. That's in front of his entire audience.
he doesn't do that anymore 'cause I told him it's fucking
And Alikon, true.
he would like grab your shoulder, he would grab your arm. And
You thought
said
he
that
implied
to
it?
them.
No, there was a reason. Techie just watched a
And he
clip
became
where
incredibly
Hassan straight up called him it.
angrier,
He
and more
literally
vocal.
said that bald
And
rapist.
obviously, he took some of the aggression out on me. About 2 days before he got sent to jail, I got back from soccer practice, which I joined because I wanted
What
to make
piece
my
of
dad
shit?
proud.
Yeah.
And I put an empty orange soda can on top of my trash can. And my father threw me to the ground and put a gun against my head. And he said, "Give me a good reason not to shoot you." And my
Oh,
mother
man.
Mike intervened, and he got me out of that situation.
You hate seeing Techie like this? Yeah, this is very sad. This is incredibly
Once my
fucking
father
sad.
got sent to prison, I was just a little bit uncomfortable with my life. And so my brother
One of Jeff
encouraged me
Bezos knows Hassan. He's probably heard it, his
to get
name.
as far away from his family.
Maybe
as
in front of a
possible.
massive audience, Tectone got banned for calling someone fat. That
obviously,
impacted
this
his
isn't
earnings.
really anything that I just
Yes,
really
kind
want to
of.
talk about on
It's
screen.
iffy.
However, a really great Twitch streamer is just making me relive my childhood trauma because of all this, which is great. Really fun.
Why isn't Hassan banned if they banned Techie for calling a fat person fat? Because Hassan has a lot of ties to Dan Clancy.
I hated my father.
A lot of ties.
I did.
Like, again, Dan Clancy literally wished Hassan a happy birthday.
He never
Like, they
told
went
me
out of their
he
way.
was
They made a
proud of
fucking
me. He
video
always made me feel like a failure.
wishing him a happy
And to be
birthday.
honest, he
A
was quite
legit video. Like, happy birthday, Hassan. We love you. Type shit.
Looking into what I heard that he was convicted of, which I never did. I guess 15 years after the fact is quite painful. It is.
They're literally Twitch staff and his
Quite painful.
Twitch mods in his chat during the Ethan debate being negative to Ethan. Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
oh,
fast
yeah.
forward a little bit. After I was
Yeah,
homeless
during
for
the
a tad,
Ethan debate,
I
there was
decided
like
to get
half
out
of the
United
Twitch
States
staff
and take my
in
brother's
Hassan's chat
advice,
shitting on Ethan. It was
and
fucking
get away
insane.
from my family. I go to Canada for 8-9 years. I met a girl off of League of Legends, and I don't really talk to my family at all. I would DM them about how sometimes I had no money to where I couldn't even afford to eat. And it got met with laughter.
The video's so aggravating.
So
Oh, don't get me started on it.
Really just gave up on my family again. If you guys know me, I'm not really a guy to give up on people who are.
All right, Chad. I know this is probably very uncomfortable to watch, but
bad trait
I think
that
it's
I have.
very. I think we have to watch this.
I think you
I
guys
personally wanna
understand
watch
that
it
I'm
too.
friends with a lot of people who don't particularly treat me
I
well.
feel really bad for him.
And I struggle
Sincerely.
with understanding.
Wonder if
what
Hasan
legitimate
picking fight with the
friendship
gotcha community
or
will it be his
legitimate
downfall?
relationship
No.
is today.
That's the issue,
And I
Rainey,
have
is
a
that
family of
the
people
gotcha
who I
community
care
is so
about and take
niche,
care of the
and there's
most
so
are the
few
ones who
of
hurt me
us
the most.
as opposed to the normies. There's way too many.
You're an
There's so many
offer
more
to join
normies than there
OTK.
is people in the gotcha.
Texas.
What's happening?
Father lives
Hasan
about
has
3 hours
basically
away from where I
implied Tectone's. He didn't imply. Hasan
My
called
father's
Tectone a
followed
rapist. He called
my
him a
entire
horrible
career.
human being. He called him a lolicon.
He decided that he wanted
He
to
said
do
that his father's a rapist and that he's a rapist. Pretty much it. That's the
What he
gist of it.
told me. He told me that he has cancer, and he doesn't think that he has much time left. And so
He said he was a rapist because his father was a
Do that,
rapist,
which is
and his
about
father wasn't even a rape. His father
3
isn't a
shows years
rapist.
ago.
His father was convicted of sexual harassment. He was
Came
convicted of
back into my
14
life,
counts of sexual
and,
harassment. Not any rape, not any sexual
pretty
assault.
bumpy.
Sexual harassment. I'm fairly certain.
It's pretty bumpy.
Not to downplay it, because that is horrible. But again, that's a pretty big fucking reach. Calling someone a rapist because they were convicted of sexual harassment is nuts.
We maybe talked about once every 3 or 4 months or so.
Saz says he thinks about looking at any of it. He says one guy in chat says, yeah, I think so, and this is at 80, 100K viewers. Oh, yeah.
Every now and then we would go get some food. My father wasn't particularly fond of my ex-wife, so we would never really interact that much when she was around.
Fuck Twitch. Oh, yeah. I'm so pissed at Twitch. Sexual harassment can be a lot of things, even just comments. Not saying it's
As I'm
bad.
going through,
Oh, yeah. Especially in the 80s and 90s.
my
All you had to do was say, oh, hey, you look cute today, or hey, look, you look hot today. That's sexual harassment, especially in the military. Is Hasan going after Techie because of his association with Yasmin? Probably.
And at that
That's
point,
probably why he's
I
going
really
in so hard.
felt like I finally had a dad. And so our relationship started to get better. And we would meet up on maybe every 2 months, maybe 1 month.
That's how I was trying to get a W after getting dunked on
and
by
to
Ethan.
get some
100%.
food from our favorite sushi place or our favorite pizza place.
Home slice.
Fast forward a little bit longer. We call maybe like every 3 days. My father's met my new girlfriend and has been nothing but sweet to her. And I appreciate that. And about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I download Pokemon Go because he's played it every day since launch. So that way we have an opportunity to spend some time together. But fast forward to now, and
Old people go hard Pokemon Go. It's
kind of
nuts.
getting the full picture on what my father has done. It's kind of a lot emotionally to take in. I don't really know how to feel about it. I obviously feel awful. And so I suppose
To be a certain type of evil to make someone go through this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but guys, calling someone
I
fat, you get banned.
suppose
You get banned for calling someone fat.
due to
But
this
calling
all
someone a
being
rapist? Nah, you could
resurfaced
do
by
that.
Hasan, I suppose I will no longer be interacting with my father in any way, shape, or form on my stream or my content.
It's probably for the best. He literally called someone fat the other day, too. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
The past 24 hours have been very shocking. It has been very alarming, and I don't really know what to think.
I mean, it's probably for the best. Fat is a slur according to Twitch. Yeah.
To what my father was convicted for,
Hasan is a horrible person. Yes.
which really hurts
yes, he
to
is.
say. It's kind of hard to think of your family as a monster, and I'm just having a hard time wrapping my head around all this.
How's well living the
But I
mindset of
didn't
just
sleep
hate?
much last night.
It's very easy when you're living in your
I honestly
$4
didn't
million
wanna believe it
house
last night.
with your $10,000 designer dog. It's very easy.
And I don't really know what to think. But I think the fact that Hasan wants to imply that I'm a monster based off of who my father is
That's fucking disgusting.
disgusting.
We're the same. Me and Tech are the same person.
And you can't choose who your family is. You can't control what they've done. And
Sounds
to
a bitch.
imply
Yes, he is.
that I'm a rapist
I should have called Tucky yesterday.
after I myself
I needed to call him yesterday.
have
I
been
needed to
raped
check in on him.
twice
I feel so bad I didn't call him yesterday. I was so
based
fucking
on
busy with
what
work.
my father has done. It's just a little bit crazy, isn't it?
Go to his house today. I know. I'm seeing him today.
It's just a little bit crazy.
I'm seeing him today, no matter what. Blowing your nose into the shirt is crazy work.
Man, I just blew my nose into an $80 t-shirt, bro. Holy fuck, thank God I got Twitch money.
That's crazy
Jesus.
work. That's crazy work. Fuck Hasan. Yo, Ethan, good morning. Yeah, fuck Hasan. I hate his ass so much. And it takes a lot for me to hate people. It truly does take a lot for me to hate people. Give him a gigantic hug. I will.
That was a conversation I never thought I would have with my audience.
You hate Hasan so much after this? I'm a OG.
I don't
I'm an
really know
OG Hasan
what
hater.
that has to do with me.
What's going on? Hasan called Tectone
I
a
guess
rapist
here we
because
are.
his father was convicted of sexual harassment 20, 30 years ago. That's it. That's legitimately all that happened. You should have seen his lives. Yes.
I understand. No,
Hasan has been
I
doing this type of
understand
shit
now
forever.
why
way.
so many people are afraid of this guy, because he will dig up decades old information, twist and manipulate and lie about every single narrative to try to get a big W.
Disgusting. Fucking
Great.
disgusting.
So,
Fault of the parent is the fault of the child. Oh yeah. What Hasan did is literally defamation. It is, but it's so hard to it's so hard to go to court and sue someone of it. It's
Anybody have
so
any
incredibly
questions?
hard.
sue him? You gotta
Sending
understand.
Much love. I can't believe how shitty someone can be.
Same as the
Fuck
left for digging up
Hasan.
tweets for 10 years ago. Yep. Has Hasan ever been to court? Probably not. The issue is he doesn't have to go to court. Even if he does get sued, he has so much money, he could
I'm
just send
still
all
gonna
of his
talk to my
lawyers.
father off stream.
That's it.
I don't know how much time he's got left. I understand he's done very horrible things, but I don't really know what to do. It's my dad, and I don't really know what to do.
What a fucking disgusting comment this guy says. This guy said, "At least you're
But
rich
he'll no
as
longer be a
fuck."
part of my content in any way, shape, or form.
Like what type of person do you have to say? Like what type of person do you have to say to? Oh, at least you're rich. At least you're
I
rich.
guess
You know
I
it's
guess I,
it's okay. You're rich.
I guess I
It's
get it.
okay,
I
guys.
guess why so many people in Austin
What's wrong with people?
pretend to be his friend, because they're fucking horrified of him. And now I think I've understood why there is such a vitriolic hatred for this man. Stop continuing my current type of content due to the wrongdoings of one man. No. To be honest, I actually feel a lot better now after that cry. That was great. Sorry you guys had to see me be a pussy.
Dude,
Sorry about
crying,
that.
dude, men crying
Oh.
is so fucking powerful. I always feel so much better after I cry. And for all the guys out there that refuse to cry, I swear to God, you will feel like a different person after you let it all
The
out.
fuck out of him. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm guessing he didn't know about his dad. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I don't want to speculate on that because that's really not my that's not my
straight
place
up.
to talk about.
I'm good. Yeah, it is what it is. There's not really anything he can say to deter me whatsoever.
You only cry to
be
sad
completely
anime
fucking
music.
honest.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think the
Rainy.
guy's an absolute piece of shit. Do I think he's in the wrong for what he said about my dad? No, not really. I mean, at the end of the day, those are fucking public court documents. But try to tie me to that because of who my dad is, bro, you're retarded.
You don't cry. It's so awkward. I
You're just
promise
fucking
you.
dumb.
I promise
You
you.
know what I
You
mean?
give a good
Like
cry
this
one
whole
day.
Apple
You
doesn't
let
fall
it
in
all
love with
out.
shit. Go fuck
You
yourself.
legitimately
You don't know the
will
great
feel
guy
like
your dad was.
you
Thankfully, I
legitimately
have
will
little
feel
bit
like a
of
different
class
person.
to actually not talk about that. What a fucking joke. Anyways, we're gonna be having a podcast with Dan Saltman later. Welcome to Hasan's community. Oh, Hasan's getting owned in a fucking argument. I'm gonna go try to convict this guy of a crime.
Yup.
Yeah, man. Great, great, great community.
I've been watching this and reading this for the past few days, and legitimately it makes my fucking blood boil. I had no idea that he went as far as literally calling him a rapist. That's fucking wild. They got your dad's sex crimes in the congressional record, man. Why are you still chirping? Okay, and? Bro's going after my 75-year-old cancer-ridden dad because of an alleged essay claim went from 17 years ago, which the claim, again, he did end up getting convicted of it. But why are you calling someone bald rapist himself? It's a familial obligation over here. That's fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking disgusting. What a terrible.
Anyway.
What a terrible human being, man. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Like, I legitimately don't know how you can defend someone that says and does that type of shit. That is just like, the fact that he still has 80 to 100,000 live viewers consistently when he goes live, when he is just saying this like vitriolous, just hateful shit because people are calling him out for platforming terrorists and shit on his stream, which is objectively true, right? Like, that is a fact. That is something he did. And the fact that he's insinuating someone is guilty and is a rapist because they called you out on that, the sins of the father to be laid upon the children. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, right? The things that your parents did wrong, you should not be held accountable for. You can't shit on the people that are born in 2000 for the fucking things that their parents did 4 fucking generations ago. It's literally like, say sorry about bringing up a hugely traumatic event. You're horrible too, so fucked. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Can you delete my message you want, but this whole thing is dumb? You're fine, Raina. That cock state needs to be banned, and his mother should have swallowed. Yes, Raina, you're 100% right. I completely agree. This is Hasan's dad, by the way. What is this? Here's your dad, brother. Is the son of a Turkish billionaire, Mehmet Piker, who co-founded the Future Party, the right-wing neo-Ottoman with former Prime Minister of Turkey, Ahmet Davutoglu, who personally negotiated the release of Sinwar. Leader... What? That's fucking insane. It's in his DNA, man. Fucking apparently. Son of a billionaire LARPing as a socialist. Yeah, true. Holy shit. I need more. Obviously, I want more proof of this. Because I don't want to take just like a random Twitter post as proof. So I do want more proof, but this is fucking insane. Feels like an anime plot is unfolding. True. The amount of people who owned slavery before the Civil War is estimated roughly 8 to 10%, both North and South, including all forms of slavery. Okay, so 1 in 10 people, basically. Isn't that Tectone's tweet? It is. It is Tectone's tweet. Feel kind of bad for messaging something like this in your chat. No, you're fine, Raina. Don't worry about it. I'm the biggest Hasan hater. I've been a Hasan hater for the past fucking 7-8 years since he's been on Twitch. The OG tweet he SS. Let's see. Leftist Hasan Piker. Okay, let's do this. Piker. Okay. Info on his dad. Oh. Ho ho ho. Increasing allegations that the state of Hasan Piker helped to found the Turkish Future Party. You literally made fun of me for liking him. I told you, Banana Lamps, I told you, man. I told you, Banana Lamps can back me up. I've been the biggest Hasan hater for fucking ever. Because he's a piece of shit and people are now starting to realize it. Oh, are we going in on fathers now? It's not that we're going in on fathers. It's just like, it's like preach what you sow, right? If you have a really shitty father and a really shitty person in your life like that, and then you're going after someone else's father, it's a little bit of fucking hypocritical, right? You're banned from stream for at least 3 years based. You should get a VIP for that. So his party is far right. The party's anti-Semitic. Ooh. The party is hyper-nationalistic. The Young Turks. Okay. Holy shit. All of these are wrong. They're basically a neoliberal, otherwise conservative party. The head promoted normalizing relations with Armenia. And so here's the thing, right? Is that I personally don't know enough about shit like this to really talk about this at length or have an opinion on it. I don't. I'm the last person to come to when it comes to like stuff like this. When it comes to foreign politics, I'm so fucking stupid when it comes to shit like this. So take all of this with a grain of salt. And I really have no opinion or have anything to say about it. But someone smarter than me and someone more involved in foreign politics could probably read this and disseminate it. But I wouldn't be surprised. This is looking not good. Funny how you say nothing about foreign politics. How can you judge Piker's opinions then? Okay, so you don't need to be an expert in politics to realize that he has a literal Houthi terrorist, right? We know for a fact that the guy he platformed on his stream was a self-proclaimed Houthi terrorist, brother. He said he was a Houthi terrorist. He platformed him. He called him the modern-day Monkey Luffy. You don't need to be an expert in politics to realize that platforming a terrorist is probably a shitty thing to do. You don't need to be an expert, my brother. His Twitch title the other day was Houthi Test the Strength of Iron Dome when Israel got bombed. Like, you don't need to be an expert. You don't know anything about the Houthis, though? I know they're designated as a terrorist organization. Yo, bro, I stumbled upon your stream so randomly, like, you know, you randomly surf on Jerkmate, and that was Bro's Vein Patters. Is that by? Yo, thank you, little Johnny. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about Houthi terrorists. Please educate yourself more, bro. I mean, the fact of the matter is that the Houthis are literally been designated as a terrorist organization by multiple countries. I don't think there's really anything I need to educate myself on. Whether you agree with it or not, my country and other countries designate them as a terrorist organization. And that's just it, right? You know, the Houthis may be fighting for a good cause. They may be fighting for, you know, specific causes that they think is true. But at the end of the day, when my country and other countries are designating them as a terrorist, it's that simple, right? It's simply that simple. Like, I don't know, like, what type of mental gymnastics you're trying to play when you say that the Houthis aren't terrorists when they've literally been designated as a terrorist party and a terrorist organization by multiple countries. I don't think you're smarter than multiple countries, brother. I truly don't. And again, they may have some good causes, right? They probably do at the end of the day when you really look into it, but that doesn't change the fact that they are a terrorist organization. That's it. Because what is the definition of terrorism? What is definition of terrorism? Unlawful use of violence and intimidation against civilians, specifically in the pursuit of political aims. So yeah, they have good causes, but if they're bombing our allies and my country designated as a terrorist, that's all I need to know. Oh, exactly. Fucking exactly. Right? The vast majority of terrorism organizations probably do, at the root, have a good cause, right? They're fighting for a specific thing. They're fighting for their country. They're fighting for their political beliefs, etc. But that's the part where it ends, right? When you start bombing people, when you start hijacking ships and shit like that. We're all human. You can rationalize almost all immoral act with phrase of good intention. Doesn't mean it should be praised. Exactly, Crypt. Exactly. You are 100% right there. Just educate this guy. They have launched missiles and drone attacks targeting civilian areas in Saudi Arabia and United Emirates, including airports, oil facilities, and residential areas. In Yemen, they have indiscriminate shelling and laying landmines in civilian zones. And it said that they tried to kill the parents of children related. Oh, Jesus Christ. Guys, he got us. Rasagi got us. We're getting educated. We're getting educated to find out how much more of a piece of shit the Houthis are. We're getting educated for the wrong reasons. Guys, he got us. He got us. We're getting educated and we're realizing he sure got us. We're doing our due diligence and our research. He sure got us. Don't mind my raw text. You're fine. You're fine. But no, I mean, it's like, oh, don't read everything you say. Okay, well, why does Hasan have a picture on his Facebook with the same guy that is, you know, that we literally see here? Got the same last name and everything. Like, facing this issue by who did the most wrong is stupid. We'll never get to the end of it. And geez, that's why it's like we shouldn't be bringing our fathers or what our fathers did into these conversations, right? That's why it's a fucking stupid thing to even start with when he has his own skeletons in his closet. Shit's fucking crazy. Dude, they also took sex slaves. Then harsh if you say it's false propaganda, condemn their actions right now. Yeah. Damn, this shit's crazy. Read the Facebook post, though. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. When I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. Okay. And? But that doesn't change anything. I mean, that doesn't... So, are you saying that because when he was from 14 to 21, that he learned new things and he's probably a different man? So maybe we shouldn't be condemning someone's father who was convicted of something and served their prison sentence 20 to 25 years ago. It's so crazy, like, when all you gotta do is rub some brain cells together and realize that, like, it's really stinky, right? Like, imagine, like, shitting on someone like this. Yes, goes both ways. Sure, Harsh Knight, I agree. But then why don't we practice what we preach then? You know? Why isn't Hasan going, oh man, this, you know, his father was convicted of sexual assault, or his father was convicted of sexual harassment 20 years ago. Maybe he's changed. Maybe he's changed just like my father. When I was 14, my father was a piece of shit. And then the last 7 years when I got to be 21, he sure learned a lot. I'm sure he's changed as a person, right? Like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, man. The actions you say is propaganda. There's things that there's evidence of saying what they do is claiming propaganda. Oh, true. Why isn't Hasan calling himself a lolicon when he literally attended a Diddy party? True. Yeah, that whole Diddy party shit is fucking crazy, too. When it comes to these people, rules only apply to you, but not themselves. Yeah, true. Oh, man. I'm thinking he should apologize for going for the family. Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah, he definitely should, but he won't. That's the thing. You know he won't. You know for a fact he will not apologize. If anything, you know what he's going to do? He's going to fucking double down. He's going to double down and keep going in on him because he feels like he got a W. He's gonna see Techie crying on stream. He's gonna see the amount of like backlash and stuff that Techie's now getting on Twitter and shit like that, and he's gonna double down and just simply go even harder in on him. I don't know, the whole situation's fucking stinky. The man said the U.S. deserved 9/11. You think he's gonna apologize? I forgot he said that. I did forgot, dude. The fact that he was able to get away with saying the U.S. deserved 9/11 is fucking insane. How can anyone support? Okay, if you don't live in America, sure, I get it. You hate America. America's a piece of shit. America's the big bad bully that the entire world hates. We get it, sure. But if you're an American citizen and you continue to support someone who said that your country deserved the biggest national disaster like in years, depends on your definition of terrorism. Harsh, there is no your or mine definition of terrorism. That's the thing that you're not understanding. Terrorism, all right, you ready for this? Terrorism has a definition. Your definition or my definition, it don't matter. It don't matter because terrorism literally has a definition. My definition of terrorism could be, it's a really nice food I like to eat. That doesn't make me right. That doesn't make my definition of terrorism right. It's not for you just to chatter. No, Harsh, but I'm saying is like, your statement inherently is fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I hate to be a bad person and call you out like that. But that statement you made is fucking retarded. Terrorism has one definition. Your implication or what you think the word means or what he thinks the word means doesn't fucking matter because the word has a definition. That's what definitions are. You're thinking of interpretation. Interpretation of what terrorism is, sure, we can argue with that all day. But when we're talking about definitions and what the word literally means at its core, that is a subjective one fucking thing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is a definition for it. If you want to imply it a different way, or like you read it a different way, sure, differently. I know definition where I mean interpretation. Okay, fair. That's fair. interpretation and definition, two completely different things. I want to make sure that we're all on the same page there, because definitions mean one thing, implications or interpretations. Interpretations mean something completely different. But what terrorism is bad? That's all. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Like, why can't we just say yes, terrorism bad? Fighting for doing terrible things is a horrible thing to do. If you don't trust Google, buy a dictionary. Yeah, true.